The program is In Touch. I'm Jenny McGee for our Hall Communication Stations, and we have three guests in the studio. It's nice and cozy, isn't it?
It sure is.
We're going to welcome our first guest to the microphone, Linda Dyer. And if you don't know who she is the founder. We all know about Dragon Boats and Dragon Heart, which is the organization, right, Linda?
That's right. It's the organization that's closest to our heart. Dragon Heart Vermont is in its 20th year. Can you believe that, Jenny?
Anniversary's being celebrated, huh?
Absolutely. All year long. Yeah, we're going to keep it going.
You'd been in dragon boats prior to getting this going.
Yeah, I had my first experience with dragon boats in Philadelphia back in 2001, 2002. It just seemed like such fun, but I didn't get to paddle but a summer on the Schuylkill. We ended up moving up here to Vermont, and when I saw Lake Champlain, I thought, wouldn't that be a beautiful place to start our own dragon boat team? And as a breast cancer survivor, I dreamed of having a breast cancer survivor team paddling together on Lake Champlain. So that was the dream back 21 years ago.
Dragon Heart, how did that all evolve?
I spent a whole winter kind of dreaming about, well, how could I make this happen? Started thinking of a name and how we might be able to raise money for a boat and where we might put the boat and how we might get the word out. So after dreaming about it, I started to go out and do like a dog and pony show. My next door neighbor happened to be a breast cancer survivor, so she came with me. And then one by one, we started getting more and more people, but we still had no dragon boat. So we were lucky that the people in Boston had several dragon boats, and we talked them into letting them loan us a dragon boat. So the idea began to coalesce the summer of 2004 with a borrowed dragon boat that we pushed into the water, got some people off the bike path to help us paddle it over, and we started dragon boating here on Lake Champlain. So it initially was for breast cancer survivors, but one of the best things we ever did was opening up to anybody who wanted to be part of this team. The beauty of dragon boating is it's a very inclusive sport. You don't have to be any gender or size, shape, strength. You just need to learn how to paddle together. That's how we began, and now we are over 200 people, 10 teams, all ages, all abilities. I never could have dreamed the dream as big as it turned out.
We're speaking with the founder of Dragon Heart and the Dragon Boating event, which has become very famous here now 20 years. Linda Dyer with us. When you started this, you had the one dragon boat. You've worked out some good partnerships of getting dragon boats here, and it's an interesting size boat. They're gigantic.
They are. They are 40 feet long, about the length of a school bus, about 600 pounds, where paddlers sit in 10 seats, 2 by 2, with a steers person standing up in the back and a drummer in the front. What a lot of people are surprised to hear is that dragon boating is the second most popular team sport in the world. Only soccer surpasses it. The U.S. is the last to get onto the bandwagon of dragon boating, but there are millions of dragon boaters around the world. In fact, dragon boating will be spotlighted at the Paris Olympics this summer.
Hot stuff!
Yeah, isn't that great?
You've traveled the world paddling dragon boats.
It's been amazing. So to get back to our breast cancer team, for a breast cancer survivor to get into a boat with another sister, we call them, to hear their breath as they're paddling, we feel like we can hear each other's heartbeats. It is the most empowering feeling I think I've ever felt. We have a mission beside going out and paddling together and enjoying each other's company and being there for when we're needed. We hope we are inspiring other cancer survivors to know that there's life after cancer and you just need to embrace it. We feel it's getting connected with other people in a dragon boat and dragon boating and paddling around. I have to brag a little bit about our Dragon Heart teams and our Dragon Heart Vermont sisters. We are going off to the World Championships in August. It'll be the fourth time we've gone off. Our sisters team has been national champs for the last decade. You have to pinch me when we talk about paddling out, splashing each other that first year, then moving to being first in our lane to now being national champs. And along with the sisters, we're taking 4 other teams, our premier teams, our young paddlers, our 20 and 30-year-olds, and we've got our 50 and 60-year-old paddlers, which are coming as well. So we're very excited about the opportunity to let the world know that all ages can do this.
You do a lot of work in raising money for a lot of different cancer support groups and other organizations, and there's no one who hasn't had a run-in with a loved one, if not themselves, with cancer.
We like to think that Dragonheart Vermont are not only champions out on the water, but we're champions out of the water as well. And we give back to the community as much as we can. One of the biggest ways we do it is through our Lake Champlain Dragon Boat Festival. COVID got in there a little bit, but this will be our 17th year, I think, that we do it, first weekend of August every year. And what a community event it is. We work hard to get anybody in the community who wants to team up with friends, family, coworkers, and put in a team to paddle to raise money for a cancer cause. This year, it's for the Integrative Center at UVM. Over the years, we've raised over $3 million for cancer support right here in Vermont, so we're very proud of that. During the year, we do dinners at Hope Lodge. This summer, we're bringing food for the food shelves around our area. We really feel that community is what has supported us in Dragonheart. And you had asked me the question, who helped us get started? WOKO. You've been with us, WCAX as well. The hospital has been fabulous. The radiation oncology team were the people that helped us get over our dollar number of raising the money for our own boats that second year. We've had so many companies and people that have supported us along the way, and we're so thankful.
You've brought a couple of other folks who are very
These are
involved.
my teammates, the best.
Sharon Morris is with us. How did you get involved with Dragon Boat and Dragonheart? And do you do a little paddling too?
I do a little paddling myself, Ginny. This is my 14th year with Dragonheart Vermont. And prior to that, I was an employee for Blue Cross and Blue Shield for many, many, many years. I'm a retiree of them. And Blue Cross and Blue Shield was a major sponsor for Dragonheart Vermont for many years. I had been doing that for a few years, and then one festival day, John Dyer, Linda's husband, tapped me on the shoulder, and his first question, I love to say, was, "How old are you?" Because they were just about to put together their first.
A nice thing to ask.
It was, and it was. I didn't know what to answer. I actually forgot for a second how old I was. But they were in the beginning stages of forming a B team at the time, which is anything over 50 plus, which I was. That's how I got started. And I think that's how a lot of people get started in Dragonheart, is first getting in a boat in the festival. For all of you businesses out there that are thinking about putting in teams in the festival, it's a great team building exercise. And we all came together as employees, and now I'm happy to be part of this bigger organization. It's not only what we do for the cancer community, but in the community in general.
They're always welcoming folks to get involved.
It's really amazing to invite people to come on down to the waterfront and watch us. There's nothing like it. I just love the sport. Once you try it, as Linda mentioned, all shapes and sizes, there's nothing that gets you in unison with your teammates. It's such a wonderful feeling. Over the course of the summer, many opportunities for new people to come down to the waterfront and get in the boat and try it. We're so welcoming. We would just love to get people out on the water to experience this. And if you want to put a boat into the festival, that's really the best way to help support what we do, because you're giving to a good cause. You are building teamwork, whether it's with your business or whether it's just a group of people that want to get together. We do have many ways that you can volunteer and help out at the festival as well, or even just help sponsor a team to be involved, or just come on down and enjoy the party. Check out our website, ridethedragon.org or dragonheartvermont.org. Yeah, well, as you said earlier, Ginny, who can say that they have not been affected by cancer? I'm one as well. This organization has always meant a great deal to me. It was a no-brainer for me to join and get involved, be a part of the community, be part of something bigger than yourself. When Linda had mentioned about the festival being the biggest fundraiser that we do, it is really important that we reach out to as many people as possible to get involved in getting boats involved, sponsoring either a member on there and about raising money, because this is what we do to give back to our pledge partners. This organization has made me, I think, a better person, a better teammate, certainly more involved in my community than I would have been otherwise. I see myself being part of this organization for another 20 years.
Sharon Morris at the microphone with us. We have one more guest in here as we're talking about the big dragon boat races. It's the first weekend in August every year. Zach Martin's here. And what's your involvement? Obviously, you paddle too.
I do. So I'm a supporter, and that's the role that I take up, and it's the mantle that I'm happy to be with. I worked in medicine for a couple years, so I got to see, I don't want to say cancer itself, but the way it impacts families in an emergent basis. And I found a home in Dragonheart, Vermont, after seeing how they take care of people. That mission kind of stuck with me, and I decided to continue paddling with them. You know, we're moving into an era. We're having an increase in cancer incidences. If we don't know someone now, we're going to know someone in the future. And Vermont projected to be one of the next blue zones in the United States. The incidence is going to be even higher. So establishing this community support well ahead of time, it's a phenomenal thing to do. And I think Dragonheart helps to alleviate a lot of what that can see through our partnerships. So I'm hopeful in the future we can get to a point where we have comprehensive care, and maybe we all just know someone that has had cancer, right? And not lost someone to cancer.
You got involved. Did you start paddling?
This will be my third season with Dragonheart, Vermont. Right when I moved to Vermont, I was looking for ways to get involved in the community. I'm a non-traditional student, and I've moved around a lot in my life, and one of the things that I found absolutely essential is community. And the faster you can get involved in your community, the better you're going to be as a human being in your day-to-day, but also just your quality of life generally and the way you interact. And feeling a part of something is very, very important. I had volunteered to be a part of my community dragon boat team through UVM initially. That was it. I was caught at the catch. That was exactly what happened. It is. That's right. So, and just the beauty of being on Champlain, and it's a community-oriented group, yes, but we also focus very intensely on supporting each other within our own little family that we've created in our teams. And that sense of connection was really, really important to me. It's worth it to put my time into this.
This festival's got a lot of parts. It's Sunday the 4th, and that starts bright and early in the morning, goes through the whole day. Are you full with race teams, or you could always use a few more?
We can always use a few more teams. So registration is open. They can go to dragonheartvermont.org.
You let people have a practice at it, too.
Oh, yes.
So
we have a practice weekend where we teach you how, in a matter of an hour and 15 minutes, how to dragon boat, which is amazing to watch people go from splish splash to paddling pretty well. People have a little downtime to actually get the chance to talk and to laugh and to smile. And for some people, it's been a while since they've been able to do that with coworkers or family. If they can't put together a team, they can also volunteer for the day. We always need lots of volunteers. And again, go to dragonheartvermont.org. They can be a donor to help us raise money for the cause, or they can just come out and support us all as we race. We switch up our Saturdays. We usually had what we call our Sisters at Heart celebration, which we brought in breast cancer survivor dragon boat teams from around the country. But this year we're doing one where we're inviting any breast cancer survivor, anyone who wants to come down and try dragon boating with us. So if anybody out there is listening to this that is a breast cancer survivor, please go to dragonheartvermont.org and click on our event and join us for that day. You'll have a great time. You'll meet other breast cancer survivors. You'll get to paddle a little bit, have some singing and dancing, and the best part is we have Ben and Jerry's at the end of the day.
I'm just going to ask, because we've had 3 guests in here, and we're going to wind things down. That was Linda Dyer, who got this started, the founder of Dragonheart, and started paddling many moons ago and has spread the love of it. And we've had Sharon Morris in here and Zach Martin. And anything else that any of you all want to add before we wrap things up?
I think what I would say maybe to any of the younger crowd listening that would be interested in coming to try it out is just come and do it. We need to contribute to community and make that a priority. Come and take advantage of your youth, be active in your community, get involved. We would love to have you.
Thanks to all the people that have supported Dragonheart Vermont along the way, because we could not have done it without so many businesses that offered us free services and help and money along the way. There's too many to mention. Families that have opened up their pocketbooks when we needed money for various things. And I don't know whether it's Burlington or Vermont, or just that we've been very lucky that the people that we've attracted to the team and the community that has supported us has made Dragonheart Vermont a very special organization. And we thank you very much from the bottom of our heart.
And we invite you all to become part of the fun, even just to go check it out on the beautiful waterfront and see what it's all about. And the dragon boat races coming up early August, as always, on that first Sunday.
Dragonheartvermont.org. It's all right there.
Our guests have been the founder of Dragon Heart and Dragon Boat Racing as we know it, Linda Dyer, along with Sharon Morris, who's been a board member and volunteered for many moons, and Zach Martin, who came to the area a couple of years ago and got very involved. I appreciate all of you being here in our studio today.
Well, Jenny, we thank you for.
My pleasure. I want to thank you all for being in here. And I want to thank all our listeners for tuning in. I'm Jenny McGee, and you're In Touch.